Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this new episode of the series of podcasts by the French-Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We are going to address today many issues related to doing business in Ukraine with my guest, Gennadiy Chyzhykov. Hello, Gennadiy.
Hello.
Gennadiy, you are the well-known president of the Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It is a non-profit, it has more than 40 years experience, it unites 9,000 members in 25 regional chambers. But what exactly do you do? This would be my first question. It's a question that would in fact apply to any Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So could you please describe your activities?
From one side, we are like business association, business support organization. We responsible for business climate. We support business in their activities, but also we provide a lot of different type of services. We provide practical help to our entrepreneurs and international companies, promote the development of export of Ukrainian goods and services. We organize different type of consultation on issues of foreign trade and market evaluations. Besides this, Chamber provides Ukrainian foreign entrepreneurs with business, legal information, organizes seminars, conferences, exhibitions in Ukraine and abroad. And what's very important as well, UCCI is authorized to issue certificates of origin and carnet d'État, certificate force majeure circumstances, and also trade and port customs instituted in Ukraine.
Yes, and I assume that your experience and expertise are invaluable. I also add that you're very active internationally because you have representatives in more than 50 countries. And here in Ukraine, you have also a wide variety of partners, including the French-Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Yes, we are the partner of the French-Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce from their beginning. We're trying to assist in find some right partners to support in the framework of our possibilities. But also, I would like to mention what our two chambers now started to cooperate on the base of the International Council of Business Association and Chambers in Ukraine. This is a new organization which unites 9 bilateral associations and chambers representing over 1,000 foreign businesses and 9,000 companies from Ukraine. So this organization represents the interest of the French, Austrian, British, German, Swedish, American, Canadian, Turkish, and Chinese investors.
Yes, and this cooperation is very fruitful, I would say, and all the more important because France is the largest foreign employer in Ukraine. So there are a lot of things to discuss and a lot of projects to build together. Tell me, please, a more general question. Do you believe that now is the time to invest in Ukraine?
No, I'm Ukrainian, although I'm the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and of course I always should be very positive to the business environment in Ukraine. From my point of view, now when the whole world now is a new situation due to the COVID-19, from my point of view, Ukraine can be very interesting destination for French and Western Europe businesses for investment. A lot of companies, as I know in France, now thinking about how to shift their businesses what's situated in other countries like China, India, or their neighbors closer to home. Ukraine can be one of interesting destination. And what's very important for investors, that our government paid a lot of attention to the business climate, to the investment climate, and pay a lot of new reforms which gives better chances for investors to feel more comfortable in Ukraine. That's why, from my point of view, Ukraine became more interesting point for investment.
Gennadiy, I also have a question somehow related to your personal life because you are from Donetsk. So obviously now, unfortunately, it's not possible to go there anymore. But on the Ukrainian-held territories of Donetsk and Lugansk regions, many things are happening and there are many different projects, many different investments. So what do you think of the possibilities to do business there?
Of course, it's not simple questions for, first of all, for foreigners, but my suggestion, it's needed to consider this region like a very quite interesting for the future investment. In this region, you can see some resources, very good natural resources, a lot of good, educated, qualified people. These people are looking for some opportunities to continue their work in this region. For example, in Mariupol, Mariupol is a seaport in the south of Donetsk region, in the region of Azov Sea, created industrial park. And according to my information, more than 10 Turkish companies decided to come in Mariupol to invest in Mariupol. Just a couple days ago, I present a new agreement between one Ukrainian company, their name is Wind Farm, and one of the biggest energy company in China, it's China Power. They signed agreement of construction wind energy station in the south of Donetsk region, and they are going to invest nearby $1 billion. $1 billion. For us, it's a very good sign that despite this situation with the military and war conflict and war in these regions, some investors, Turkish, Chinese, Ukrainian investors started step by step invested in this region and believe in the future of this region.
Yes, it's a very good sign. I would also like to remind that France is very active in the East, first and foremost with the mass-scale project of investing into a drinkable water network for the city of Mariupol. Within a few years, the 500,000 population in Mariupol will be the first Ukrainians to have access to drinkable water straight from the tap. So there are indeed many things to do in the East. So Gennadiy, in a more general perspective, where would you like to see Ukraine in 5 years?
Due to the international ranking doing business, we see every year Ukraine step by step go to the right directions. The business climate due to the reform became better and better. Of course, we know about some difficulties, about some challenges, but anyway, Ukraine demonstrated to all the world what we are interested in the providing of reform and to providing best climate in Ukraine as possible. From my point of view, Ukraine has huge potential in the development of food processing. We have a lot of opportunities to be not only breadbasket of Europe or all the world, but we would like to think about the supermarket of the world, to think about not only producing of the wheat, corn, on sunflower seeds, but we think about the final products. And this, from my point of view, Ukraine will be more and more attractive for such type of investment to the food processing industry. Ukraine is a country with very high level technical possibilities. Not many countries in the world who can do the full process of the aircraft production. We have a very good machine building production in different sites. That's why, if very briefly to say to your question, the role of the Ukraine will be more and more important in the process of the food safety. We will play one of the most important export of food in the world, but also the role of the country like country who can to produce a lot of equipment, IT products will increase. And of course, I very hope in 5 years we will see together what it will be the peace in my country.
We all hope so, and it's very good to know that you and the Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce and Industry are here to assist these developments and to take Ukraine up to the next level. Thank you very much, Gennadiy Chyzhykov.
Thank you very much, Sebastian. Thank you.
And thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the series of podcasts by the French-Ukrainian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This was Sébastien Gobert. Let's meet soon for our next conversation.